Hi, welcome to AwkwardHamster. Today I'll be reviewing the Foscam C1. This is their HD wireless IP camera, and in it I also put a Kingston 32GB micro SD card. So let me get straight to the pros and cons. First, the video quality for the Foscam C1 is good. It's actually very good. I'm just logging in on the web interface so I can blow it up on the screen. And here's the video. I'm gonna move back. So currently it's on Wi-Fi. Let me maximize. So unlike the previous Foscam HD cameras for the 720p, such as the FI9821P or 21W, this one does not have pan tilt, but it's still priced around $60 to $70 range. This is the firmware I'm currently using. As of today, this is the latest. They could come out with newer firmware in the future. And also, the stream I have right now is 720p. If I want something else, let's say if I go to the video settings here, I can change it to a lower bit rate in case I have slower internet. If you haven't seen my setup video, check it out. It's a very easy process to set this up. Take less than 5 minutes. And once it's set up, you can view it on your smartphone. Well, I use the smartphone to demonstrate. And using their Foscam app, you can either download the app on an Android device or on an iOS device. Once you log in, you can start watching it. You don't need to step any port forwarding rules or anything, unless you want to use third-party application. Like I mentioned, it has the SD card. So currently, I have it set to record motion alerts. So I'm going to say current date. And when it records the audio and the video too. So this was last night. Just me walking around. And like I mentioned, that for a file name for the recordings, I can't really see it on the screen, but if I just move the mouse over it, then it shows the full file name, including the date and time. So using their app, I'm not able to view what's recorded on the SD card. This screen, to view capture files, that's just for what's recorded on the smartphone, whether it's for images or video. What I've been using is a third-party tool made by Eggman Technologies called LiveCams Pro. It costs about $6 or so on the App Store. And with this one, a little C1, I'm going to click on the little gear icon here on the bottom, SD card. So these are all the events that are recorded on this date. I can sort it by date. So I'm going to go to something more recent, like the last one here, for example. So even the third-party app, there are some limitations too, because it records audio, it records video, but it's trying to stream it off the SD card, and sometimes the encoding that's played on a screen isn't perfect. For example, that green bar that appeared, that comes up every now and then. And the actual footage on the SD card does not have it, but when it's played through this app, I do see it. So in the Foscam app for the C1, even though on this little message here it says push message, there isn't actually any push message. Nothing ever alerts me on my iOS device nor my Android device. And that's why I go to settings and just show that I do have the alerts enabled. So alert activity detection. It's currently loading what I've set on the camera. And it is turned on. Also as for my schedule, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Sensitivity, I set it medium. And recording, I have it set to record SD card. So if motion is detected, I get no notification from the Foscam app. But what I do get is a notification from the IP camera tool. And with this one, I do get motion alerts, but there's still some quirks too, because I have to be, this app has to be running. And like for example, that just popped up. I'm going to turn off the light, and here just going to demonstrate the night vision. The ring around the camera, it is illuminated, so I am able to see it. And I'm going to walk currently about 5 feet from it. I'm going to walk about 10 feet from it right now. I'm going to expand this, make it full screen. It doesn't look like it's 30 frames per second, maybe 10 frames or so. But in either case, the infrared LED is reflecting off me pretty nicely, and is able to capture some of my facial features too. If I were to walk close to it, now there's too much infrared LED, and the infrared lights is just bounced off me too much that it's just a sheet of white. So I'll say that the throw distance for any good image, you need to allocate about 8 feet or so. I'm just walk further away. Make sure I don't step on anything in this room. Alright, so now I'm about, I'll say 20 feet, at least 20 feet, maybe 25 to 30 feet or so. So now you won't be able to see my facial features, but you can still detect movement. Okay, so now I'm going to play some music, and I'll place this, the volume is set to about, I said like 75%. So I'm going to place this next to the Foscam. I'm going to walk away a bit to a different room, and I'm going to enable the speaker. So to see that the sound quality right now doesn't pick it up that well, and it should be a lot louder because it's right next to the camera too. Now I'm going to place the speaker about 15 feet from the camera, so it's more realistic of people having conversation or capturing audio in this room. So I'm going to hit play. Then I'm going to walk to a different room. I'm also turn on the speaker too. Now I'm going to raise the volume on my computer here. I need to raise it up pretty darn high just to hear the audio quality. If I set to just halfway, I just hear a very faint sound. It's difficult to make out the music. And if I were to enable the microphone on the computer and essentially turn on the speaker on the camera, it's almost non-existent. The sound coming from the Foscam is very faint. I believe I demonstrated that when I first made the setup video. So I can't, unless I'm very close to the camera, this microphone would not be able to pick up the audio coming out of the camera. Here's the volume. I have the iOS device volume set to max. If I were to set any lower, to like medium for example, it becomes a lot more difficult to make out the audio in that room. And as for the Android device, it's also set to the maximum. The audio is also set to max right now. On the Android device, I can zoom in. On the iOS device, I cannot zoom in. Do not know why. For a double tap, it just brings up the menu. But other than that, cannot really zoom in. If I were to press this icon right here, it switches back. In terms of pros and cons, it sounds like there's a lot of cons if I were just rank the Foscam by itself and the software package comes with it. But keep in mind that with Foscam, it's very versatile. There's a lot of third-party apps that support it, that work with it too. So let's see what's important. The image quality. By far, that's the most important thing, and the image quality is there. The microphone and the speaker, a lot of the competitors in either other Foscam units, they're very weak. I've never said I will ever rely on them. Setup process is very simple with their app. It's definitely improvement over the previous ones, but still, there's still some limitation because let's say I do want to use it as a security camera and I want to view my recordings, I'll still need to use my third-party app. But if I ever do want to set up port forwarding or access the actual root menu of this, the setup process is exactly the same as the other Foscams. And also with the third-party apps, they do cost a little bit more money. It's a lot of times it's between $7, like $10, but I do feel it's worth it. Now, also with this camera versus the other Foscam units like the FI9821P or W, this one has a modular power supply, so the power cord is longer than the previous models. This one's about 6.5 feet, and it's a USB, so you can always extend it however you want, and you can even power it off a power bank if you want. The view angle is very good. The antenna is built in, so in terms of range, if I were to put it far end over the house, I do need to lower the bit rate to, let's say, 720p at 1 megabit. This lacks the universal tripod thread that I find in many of the other Foscams. But there's always ways around it, tape it to the wall, or even use the wall mount that came with this. Overall, I do like this unit. I would recommend it because the value is there. Alright, so thanks for watching this review of the Foscam C1. Foscam did provide this unit for review. If you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions, feel free to contact me. Thanks for watching AwkwardHamster.